Hello one and all, this is Soulful Lordy, James Bullock, once again with another video game first impressions. This time around, Gears 5 for the Xbox One and PC. The long-awaited sequel to Gears of War 4 is finally here, and after playing the Versus beta test a little while back, I was impressed and pleased with the potential of what Gears 5 could produce. And now with the campaign, with even more modes in a multiplayer scenario, I can definitely say this is one of the best Gears experiences you can have, let alone on an Xbox One. Gears 5, of course, features both multiplayer and single-player action, though when it comes to the campaign, you can also play with friends online as well. The campaign is very different compared to what we've seen in previous Gears of War campaigns. Instead of being simply a corridor shooter with a big boss here and there in a more open arena, this game actually opens up the world to present a more semi-open world. After the first few hours, once you get past Act 1, the world opens up. You can take on side missions, travel to different areas, crawl through dungeons, and shoot up a lot of enemies with a variety of weapons, both new and old. Though fans of the franchise have always praised Gears of War for its multiplayer, I always have enjoyed the campaigns, I've always enjoyed the single player, and so far, this will be right up there. Arguably Gears of War 2, of my favorite campaign thus far. Of course, a lot could change before I get to the end, that could change my perception, but right now, I'm really enjoying the campaign, I'm enjoying the characters, I'm enjoying the interactions between the old guard from the first few games and now the new kids on the block. As per the norm, Gears 5's multiplayer is fantastic for a variety of reasons, not only from, say, PvP, but also PvAI. As Horde mode returns, there's also the new escape mode, where very simply you have to go through certain maps and try to kill every enemy and get from point A to point B. The most interesting aspect of escape mode is map editor, where you can create your own map, place the enemies, and upload it for other people to play. When it comes to the PvP mode, you have your typical, you have the arcade version, which is pretty much a very loose, fun jump in, jump out style of team deathmatches, dodgeball, what have you, the various arcade style multiplayer modes that have been available in previous Gears games. When it comes to ranked mode, as I talked about following the beta test, there are several modes. You have King of the Hill mode, where you can fight alongside a group of players in hopes of trying to capture specific zones for a short period of time. You have escalation mode, which was one of my least favorite modes, where same thing is capture the zone, but there are 3 zones active at one time, and whoever can capture all 3 at one time wins the round. But if you don't, it becomes a game of points. Escalation mode is a little bit different from everything else because of the fact that between rounds, a chosen captain for each team gets to drop a specific weapon that can be picked up and utilized that could make the difference between winning a round and losing. But my favorite is Guardian mode. Guardian mode in multiplayer is a leader-based game where one character on each squad is assigned as the leader. And as long as that leader is alive, you can respawn and keep playing. But if your leader dies or the enemy leader dies, there are no more respawns, and it becomes a legitimate last man standing. I love Guardian mode because it's so different from everything else you'll play in Gears 5 from a multiplayer perspective. Even the team dynamics, the way people actually play, changes in that mode. You see people being more defensive, being more cunning. I probably will put more time into that mode than any other multiplayer mode in the game. I truly believe I will. But there are some issues when it comes to Gears 5. It's not a perfect experience, especially when it comes to the servers. Now, I understand completely this is the first week, and those problems cannot be ignored, especially when it comes to first impressions. One of the biggest issues when it comes to the servers, thankfully, because I play solo when it comes to the campaign, is the fact that people playing together, friends playing online together during the campaign, If the servers crap out, you get booted out of the game, and any progress that is unsaved is lost. That is not unusual. We've seen this happen in previous Gears games, but that is still a problem here. Also, when it comes to multiplayer itself, getting into a game can be lengthy depending on how well everything goes. I've had multiplayer games start up pretty quickly, waiting maybe a minute or two, but then I've had other instances where they just keep failing, load, fail for about 10 to 15 minutes. Are definitely a big problem with Gears 5 at this time. I know in the coming weeks it will get a lot better. Dedicated multiplayer gamers, this may not be the best experience for you right now. Overall, this is Gears of War at its best. This is Gears at its best. Great multiplayer, incredible campaign with an innovative option. Co-op and multiplayer modes that offer so much for every different player out there. If you have Game Pass Ultimate, then this game is free. This is how I'm playing it. And even if you don't have Game Pass, this is worth a buy. This to me is the best Gears game since Gears of War 2, which is my favorite. So there you have it. This has been Soulful Lordy, James Bullock, with another video game first impressions. Gears 5 for the Xbox One and PC. Now if you don't mind, I have to rev up my Lancer, head into battle, and hopefully not get shot with a Nasher before I can even get anything started, because pretty much that's the story of my life. And maybe I can find that special weapon that obliterates all of my enemies and makes players say, "Oh Lordy."